Those fucking gumshoes. Always taking their sweet time. They just don't give two shits about us sitting here in the cold.
See how it feels? Last time I was waiting 3 hours for you, you twat.
Dude, I told you. I had this girl in my car.
Not a word more, Daryl. You're disgusting using your badge like that.
Disgusting? Your mother said something different when...
Oh, detective. Welcome. Daryl, get lost. Time for grown-up talk.
What do we know?
Someone called in a dead body. Hang up right after. Probably didn't want to become a witness. First, we thought the dead guy was another druggie. The city is a meat grinder. Meat comes in to make a buck. Meat comes out in a plastic bag. Then, we scanned his chip. Turns out, he's actually a congressman. Was. Not a big fish, but famous enough to make it to tonight's news. Half of his campaign was about cleaning the city of drugs.
Suspected cause of death?
Classic oxy overdose. Half of this fucking city is on this shit. Though, I haven't seen a politician drug himself to death yet. New day, new adventure.
Any information about him?
44, married, 6 kids. 6 fucking kids. I got 2, and I sometimes want to kill myself. Well, I guess at least in this particular case, he lived what he preached.
Anything interesting in the crime scene?
Yeah. See this wall behind with this campaign poster? Someone wrote 666 all over it. Number of the devil. This whole fucking city's a devil's playhouse.
Anything on him?
Is this a trick question? Batting down dead guys is your job. They didn't want to spoil you the fun.
When was the call?
Just over 2 hours ago. Since then, no one but us was present at the scene, until your arrival.
Let me take a look around. Tattoo on his left arm. His hands are uncharacteristically dirty. Today is free of any notes, but next days are filled with meetings and calls. Tomorrow he was supposed to attend the budget vote in a big pharma special commission. Historic signing of a major military contract. Date on the back shows it happened a week ago.
So, what do you think?
Something doesn't smell right. I need more time to investigate.
As you wish. I just hope you're not one of those weirdos who sniff every corner. My wife's going to kill me if I don't come back to help with the kids.
Allow me to interrupt you for a moment. Perhaps you've noticed the pictures that occasionally display in the bottom left corner of the screen? Those are clues. You collect them during conversations, and generally while exploring the world. all clues go to the case. To distinguish old clues from new ones, new clues are marked with a blue border. In the bottom left corner of the screen, there are controls for navigating the caseboard. Take a moment to reflect. Which clues might potentially fit together? Can you see any logical connections? Use the middle mouse button to click and drag, combining the matching clues.
This isn't coming together.
Unfortunately, these elements do.
How is that possible?
Unfortunately, these elements.
That's not it.
Unfortunately, these elements do not lead to any conclusions. Wrong connections automatically break, and you can try to connect other elements. Take a moment to reflect. Which clues might potentially fit together? Can you see any logical connections? Use the middle mouse button to click and drag, combining the matching clues.
What's missing?
Unfortunately, these elements do not lead to any conclusions. Wrong.
Oh, this is interesting. An unusual tattoo that has been done recently. Huh.
Great! By combining matching clues, you get conclusions. Remember that unlocked conclusions can be combined with other elements on the caseboard. Correct connections are permanently saved. Press spacebar to close the caseboard. Remember, the caseboard is a key element of the game. Conclusions are essential to unlock further parts of the story. Good luck with your first case, Detective.
Home, sweet home. Huh. I remember that place very well, unfortunately. White pills. Half of the box is empty. Looks like strong painkillers. Empty boxes and old newspapers. Nothing that could help. Empty boxes and old newspapers. Nothing that could help.
Now, look at that. Huh. What a find. I started to think you're quite a nut job. Looking through the trash. Guess that's why I'm no detective.
Gee, you scared me. You following me or something?
Me? Look, I've got nothing to do here, okay? Just trying to kill some time. Anyway, show me this photo.
Slow down, Sergeant. Analyzing the evidence is my job.
Fine. Whatever.
This investigation is not over yet. You got it?
Seriously? Listen, this knucklehead Daryl and I were on our feet for 12 straight hours. You haven't eaten. It's freezing here. What else do you want to find?
Listen, boys, just give me a little extra time. Need to make sure I'm not missing anything. Looks like a dead end. Empty boxes and old newspapers. Nothing that could help. Nothing that could help.
Okay, let's shut the case and go home.
What's missing? This isn't fitting. Someone tried to use this photo for blackmail. I wonder who and why. Got something wrong here. What's missing? How is that possible? It's logical, yet incomplete. This isn't fitting. This isn't coming together. Pretty solid, but not whole. This isn't fitting. Doesn't add up. That's not it. This isn't coming together. This isn't coming together. This makes no sense. How is that possible? This isn't fitting. Got something wrong here. Can't be right. Nearly correct, but missing a part. How is that possible? This makes no sense. This isn't fitting. This makes no sense. That's not it. Feels right, but not fully. Today is free. His hands are uncharacteristically dirty.
Don't you know how the city runs by now?
My feet are killing me.
Empty boxes and old newspapers. Empty boxes and old newspapers. Looks like a dead end.
Why tarnish the dead man's reputation?
Will of the people. It seems not everyone agrees. Makes sense, but something's missing. This isn't coming together. Did he make this tattoo himself? Why write all these numbers on the wall? Home, sweet home. Huh. I remember that place very well, unfortunately. Let's get out of here. This doesn't look like a good path. This isn't fitting. How is that possible? This makes no sense. What's missing? That's not it. This makes no sense. Something's off. Pretty solid, but not whole. Close. There's a gap. Will of the people. It seems not everyone agrees. This isn't fitting. Can't be right. That's not it. Something's off. Can't be right. Can't be right. Something's off. How is that possible? This isn't fitting. How is that possible? Wait, that's wrong. How is that possible? That's not it. Wait, that's wrong. How is that possible?
killing me. This shift is never ending.
Empty boxes and old newspapers. Nothing that could help. Pretty dodgy here.
Good evening. This is Eric Anderson.
Someone thought they were throwing it into the water. They didn't notice safety nets for junkies and suicide attempts. Oh man, first time this sick city actually helped me. Ocean. Everywhere you go in this country, there it is. Can't escape it. There is something soothing listening to it. This tattoo was made here? Did he make it on his own? Something's off. Got something wrong here. Can't be right. On track, but lacking a piece. Got something wrong here. Can't be right. It's logical, yet incomplete. Someone else was here. It was not a suicide or an overdose. It was a murder. I need to run a fingerprint scan on the droid.
Good evening. This is Eric Anderson with 105 bringing you Void City's news. Tomorrow's will be the first public hearing using the so-called
Let's
People's
get out
Act
of here.
Article 6
This doesn't look
to
like a
charge
good path.
4 big pharmaceutical corporations with knowingly putting highly addictive drugs on the market. Watch, our special report showcase tonight, which reveals the hearing is a hoax intended to turn your attention away from the voting scandal. In our top story, the Void City Council has announced a new initiative to expand green spaces across the city. The project aims to increase urban parks and community gardens, enhancing environmental sustainability and resident well-being. That's all.
I could really use a coffee right now.
Scanning has been initiated. Enhancing. Partial fingerprints detected. Connecting to database. Access denied. I'm sorry. My request was rejected for unknown reason.
I knew you were going to be a troublemaker. You just couldn't take a hint. I hate assholes like you. Always looking down on us. With this investigation, it's over. It's just a suicide. Take a good look at me, so that you know I'm a serious man. A violent man. Now, go and play along with this story, or else we'll come for you and your family. Normally, here's where I'd add you to the payroll, but I hate scum like you. You don't get a cut. You either shut up, or you better start looking over your shoulder. I'm done with this fucking case.
In other news, the body of a conservative congressman was discovered in a downtown alley, alongside incriminating photographs of him engaged in an extramarital affair. Authorities have determined that the congressman took his own life in response to the scandalous pictures. However, various radical internet groups are spreading misinformation and conspiracy theories surrounding the incident. We urge the public to rely on verified sources of information as the investigation progresses.
Some cases stick to your soul, like hot tar. If you try to scrape it off, it'll tear parts of you away. Some cases never close. No matter how fast you run, it circles back to you.